do I feel like I linger? Linger between the words to say the words to remember. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your arms, feel it in your legs, feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go, just let your body go, just let your body go and move to the rhythm. Now we won't go back home today, until the very last hour. We still got a few more days to slay, it's gonna get so much louder. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. We lose it all. Feel it in your arms, feel it in your legs, feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go, just let your body go, just let your body go and move to the rhythm. to know. I might as well end the love that. It's the only thing that I can do. I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. I gave you everything, held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me, hold your hand while the pain was over, keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares too. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything, held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Take what you want from me. I'll give you everything. All that and more you'll see. Just stay right here with me. Love is not fiction, but this time the story's about a king and a queen will pretend to be with paper crowns. You don't wanna leave. I'm the one to keep. Got no enemies. Out of our fortress with paper ground. Take what you want from me. I'll give you everything. All that and more you'll see. Just stay right here with me. Love is not fiction, but this time the story's about a king and a queen will pretend to be with paper crowns.
go so fast, all tied up like a captive. I'm on to you. Used to pay to my mind like standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I haven't felt this in ages, and I know no patience. So won't you please stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay a bit longer. You're making me stronger, making me Ain't no luck finding real love. Gotta know where to look. Time moves fast, and I've grown up. Yeah, I run to you. Used to pay to my mind like standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I haven't felt this in ages, and I've no patience. So won't you please stay a bit?
All right, welcome, guys. This is the official scrim for between two teams: the Master team of Insomnia Gaming, as well as Team Voltage, who will both be competing in Open Division, and they are preparing here. So we're here to cast this game for you guys. My name is Matza.
And I'm Cactus Puppy.
That's right, Cactus Puppy. We're gonna get this baby going.
Let's get it.
All right, so right off the bat, these two teams, it should be pretty competitive from what we've seen so far. So what I've heard, anyways, this is pretty equal in terms of skill, and it is an open division teams. So I can't wait to see what they have in store.
All right, and we do have Hammond in the rotation today for the first time, as Hammond just went live in comp. We'll have to see if any of these teams have any strategies lined up with that hero in mind. Hammond with the mobility thanks to his hook, but is a little tricky to get your head around. We'll have to see what they make of it.
And it's very interesting, Cactus, that you mentioned Hammond, because I feel like Hammond, if the team has practiced with him and has done strategies with him, can be very useful, especially as sort of a trump card.
Yeah.
Throw the other team off guard.
Indeed, and he does complement the sort of dive play style very well in that he can get in, he can sustain himself through the fight if need be, and he can get out with his high mobility ball form. So we'll have to see what comes of that. I hope to see a lot of Hammond coming out this match.
Really?
I don't know about you.
I'm excited to see what our DPS have in store for us here. I'm really hoping to see Doomfist. You know, I think Doomfist in this meta with Hammond could be very powerful. I'm looking to see a lot of Sombra, maybe. That would be also pretty cool.
Yeah, Sombra, possibly for that counter hack, or not counter hack, excuse me, just the ability to hack and shut down Hammond, as well as Doomfist, depriving them of those crucial abilities that give them their strength.
Yep. Hammond's pretty vulnerable to a few different abilities in the game, including the Shield Bash, Sombra's Hack, Doomfist's One Punch, and just basically damage. He's surprisingly frail because of the size of his hitbox.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of the meta discussion has seemed to shift towards Hammond being very good, especially against Death Balls, since he has that shield ability, which stacks more shields on him based on how many enemies are nearby. But if you hack him with Sombra, or if you EMP, you'll remove that ability to gain shields, and if you EMP, you'll remove those shields as well, making Hammond quite vulnerable, especially since he no longer has that ability to get out.
Right, and like I said, His hitbox massive, absolutely massive. He gets hit by literally everything on the field.
Yeah, so shotgun characters will look to see will be effective against him. Sombra having a very large spread, but also Reaper, Hog as well. Hog is a good counter to Doomfist, which you mentioned earlier. Um,
We
so
also
yeah, we'll
hits.
have to see. Sorry, you go ahead.
Yeah, no, so the hit scan buffs there. That's gonna be very, very important as well. You're gonna see a lot of this
Mhm.
Pharah. That McCree is so powerful now. We've seen it.
So we're just waiting here for our teams to get ready.
Yeah, not sure what's going on here. Team one, team one against team two. I don't really know how to call it.
Uh, Team One's Voltage. Team Two, which you'll see coming up shortly, is 12 Knights.
There you go. There it is. All right, perfect. 12 Knights versus Voltage. See, that's how good and well prepared we are. They're right there, 100%.
100% prepared. And meanwhile, oh wait, never mind. A bit of memeing happening in match chat, which unfortunately you can't see right now, but
I mean, we just want to play the game, man. What's going on here?
okay, looks like Voltage is ready. I believe they were told up. Atlas ready, and we can begin the game now. I don't actually. Yep, we're ready.
Everybody's ready, and we can start the game. Here we go. Look to both teams, and we're going to be starting off here on Nepal.
Traveling to Nepal.
Oh, good. My game crashed. Nepal, though, very interesting map. Which
It will be Nepal. Oh God, I'm horrible. I don't know the name of this one. All right, so there's Shrine. I know it's not Shrine and it's not Village. It's the other one.
Sanctum?
There. Wait, it's Sanctum. Which one is the one with the pits?
That's Sanctum.
Okay, well it's Shrine.
Sanctuary.
Wait, which one is this? Whatever. It's the one with the elephant.
Invite me back, Rage.
Oh jeez.
Help.
We got
There we
this.
go.
So now the game started. Easy. Yeah,
I'm back. All right, and we look over to the Voltage on the left side. There will be your blue team. Meanwhile, 12 Knights will be the right side, the red team. Here we go, 10 seconds, and it looks like Arakan actually locks in the Pharah. Interesting choice considering the new hit scan buffs. Toxic gonna be on the Widowmaker to counter, as well as Aquamarine also on the Pharah. It's interesting that we're seeing so much Pharah given the new hit scan buffs. Predator going over to the Widow, almost as if in response. Almost a mirror matchup, except what happened there?
There you go. We have somebody who left. Goes back up.
I've been filled into the team. Please help.
Well, this is already not going very well. It looks like we're gonna have to pause the game here.
But as I was saying earlier, we do have the mirror matchup, except for the Lucio on Voltage's side and the Zen over on 12 Knights side.
And
We'll
we're
have to see if this. Yikes! All right.
Yikes.
Yikers.
I don't know how much more we can actually talk about the game before it gets started, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. You're gonna have to wait and listen to a little bit of silence, maybe. It's gonna happen. It's inevitable.
Oh. We've lost a player. Oh no, we
It seems like you're not the only one whose game crashed.
rip. Maybe this new Overwatch patch not as stable as we would have liked.
Unfortunately, no. Basically, the new Overwatch patch has fixed a lot of characters so that now they actually, instead of improving, they just crash your game. That's what it is now.
New Sombra buff.
New Sombra buff is when you get hacked, your game crashes. That's what it is now. And so it's
Incredible ability to remove players from the game.
Yep, that sounds good. Blizzard is very good at patching their games. We all know this.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right.
The Sniper May, not introduced in this patch, but seems to be something that the Overwatch Reddit is getting kind of riled up about. But the data, according to Omnic Meta, doesn't seem to support this. May actually near the bottom still in terms of damage heroes. What do you think?
May, I mean, look, May can be good, and we've seen it a lot, especially on Village here on the Paul. If you just get that May on point, it's hard to contest with such a little area. It's very easy to wall off tanks and other members of the team like that, and May gets so much damage and so much freezing out super quickly. She's good, but she's a very situational pick, which I think it needs to stay that way. I don't think May needs to become a meta hero. We don't need that in the game. Come on, guys.
And the utility of the wall cannot be understated, especially
Definitely
if
not.
anyone's played on Hanamura, or as you said, Village, which we were going to have in the Nepal rotation, hopefully. The wall, very effective at creating a very solid barrier that, unlike most barriers in Overwatch, cannot be passed through by anybody. So very good way to split off the teams, or split off your enemy if you're playing the Mei, and very tricky to play around if you're playing against the Mei.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, we're getting reports that Quebec has been EMP'd by Sombra. Sombra only continues to grow in strength. Jeff, please nerf.
it seems like Sombra is now becoming like the world, basically. Sombra can now hack the planet, and what this means is that every single person playing Overwatch cannot play anymore. There we go.
Unlucky. All right, there we go. We got our players back.
Unlucky. All right, they got a
Sub already.
Great.
All right, so we have a sub out. Not sure who dropped out of Voltage, but we have Infamous now playing over on the Voltage side. Going back to Nepal, we'll have to see which map we get first.
Will your game crash?
Nope. All right, here we are in Sanctuary, I believe it is called. The map having the indoor one with a pit down to hell where May came from.
Fair enough.
To see what the players opt for. Hog Orisa seems to be a very common tank duo here in Sanctum due to their ability to pull people off, and we'll see that's what 12 Knights are opting for, and that's what Voltage will opt for as well, it looks like. The Lucio coming out from both sides. You do not want to be the second team to get to the point, especially since that gives your team the disadvantage in terms of trying to pull people off. The shield from Orisa can block these pulling abilities, but if you get their second, you won't have time to set up the shield before you get pulled into the abyss, causing a 5v6, which is not desirable at all. Looks like we have a Pharah here from 12 Knights, actually.
Yeah, very much, and actually I think that on this map, the environmental kills are going to be super important for both teams. It's like, it's just one ability, one cooldown, take out another person straight away. It's super important, and they need to land them.
And the Pharah, actually, with the concussive blast, is going to add another arsenal with which they're going to be able to take people off the map. Meanwhile, Voltage going to be opting for that Junkrat. The Moira can... Ooh, the Moira on a duo. Very interesting. The Pharah Mercy and the Lucio for their combo. And 12 Knights going straight towards the point. We're getting right into it.
Erican already lobbing mines in there with that Junkrat, doing a lot of damage. Shield, the Orisa shield not being able to stay alive for very long. Atlas does get hooked in by Infamous though. So that's going to be the main tank gone already. Boop though comes out from Glad. He gets the Infamous. That's the environmental kills we were talking about. 2 down on each team now. It's a 4v4. Although that Far Mercy is in the sky, dealing a lot of damage. Aquamarine really getting that ult charge super fast, already at 70%. Tries to find the kill on Eric and will not get it. Is pocketed by Ziglavis. And right at the beginning, Voltage getting the better of 12 Knights.
Alright, and you look at the ultimates here, Aquamarine coming up on that barrage, but you do have the Coalescence and the Riptire.
The Riptire
deployed now.
Finds Atlas. Atlas is down, but glad he gets 2 on that Lucio before he gets taken out by Eric. And right away, Barrage coming out from Aquamarine gets 2. Both supports down as well as a Junkrat. And there you go, 12 Knights say you don't get that point. It's ours now, only 28% for Voltage.
All right, and you see the switches coming out now from Voltage. They're gonna have Predator on the McCree to try and counter that Pharah. No other changes here from Voltage. Gladi now with the sound barrier. Both support ults open for 12 Knights here as they pop the Valkyrie, but Voltage pushing in.
Try to keep the team up, get the damage boost a little bit as well. The Inficide comes in from Toxic, so allow them to see Predator falls already. Nothing to do with the Pharmerus anymore. Beat dropped as well. That whole hog finds Erican in there, yeah.
All right, and they've now surpassed the initial percentage that Voltage put up at the beginning of the fight, 12 Knights that is, and they will continue to press their advantage here. This can be a very difficult area to push through. Lord Sticky barely dodging that hook.
This is a winning fight right here for 12 Knights. Voltage, they need to reset now. They do find the Pharah on the side though. That's a nice hook. Erican also finds the main tank with that Riptire. It's now 64. Predator takes down Toxic as well. Only 3 members of the 12 Knights remaining on point. I don't think you're 12 anymore, guys. You gotta regroup.
And they flip it back at 58%. Not quite the amount that you would have wanted from just getting the point after the first fight from 12 Knights, as Voltage will soon surpass them. And they have 4 ultimates to work with, including both support ultimates. Neither one really being a very defensive ult like Sound Barrier or even Valkyrie can be, however. So they'll have to go aggressive here. Meanwhile, Atlas posturing up, trying to find an angle. Has to back off. Cole, not gonna find anything. Almost not finding anything though.
Glad it's not mine. And Erican's gonna find another one. Right, he just throwing mines in there, getting tons of V-limbs. Doesn't need anybody to do anything else for him.
He does fall though in the end to Citadel.
Over aggressive, there it is.
And you would have really liked the Junkrat alive in order to pressure this area. The res comes through for Atlas. Preston, or Predator actually falls off the edge somehow. Both bomb goes down, but it looks like 12 Knights gonna have the more aggressive bongo here. Looks like they're gonna get the point.
There we go. Riptire from American now is going to be looking to find a lot here. He needs to be big. This Riptire is going to go through up in the ceilings. It's going around. It's trying to find the main tank. He wants more, though. He finds Atlas as well as a supercharger, though, but it's pretty even on point here. The High Noon comes out from Predator, finds Toxic in there. And right now, Voltage getting the better of 12 Knights. It's close, though. They need to make this count. They kill the Rug, and there you go. Overtime, Wick burning down. Aquamarine tries to contest. Nothing he can do, and there you go. First point taken by Voltage.
All evidence supports this claim.
And that was an interesting one in that 12 Knights actually come in with the advantage, but the Riptire, he rammed it into the wall, sort of made 12 Knights look around, tried to worry about the tire, and meanwhile the rest of the team just pushes in and takes advantage of that split focus to clutch them a fight that they were actually initially losing.
Very good fight on them 3 from Predator to take out the opposing Pharah. See, that was a big problem for them. 12 Knights putting in a lot of pressure with Aquamarine on the Pharah, and pulling out the McCree really helped shut it down. I think that was a big part of them taking that point.
And Aquamarine at the beginning actually clutched them the point by with his big barrage. We'll have to see if he can do the same now, as they're both be going towards the top side. Atlas and 12 Knights. Atlas and 12 Knights initially getting control. Iraq, though, has something to say about that.
2 supports falling right away, though. Both Mercies down as well. There's that Widowmaker falling on the side of Voltage, too. That's going to be 12 Knights just taking the point with a clean fight. Only the Zarya and the Moira left, though. They do need to get on point, because it is an objective game after all.
Alright, looks like 12 Knights will eventually go and take the point. The reinforcements for Voltage nowhere to be seen, and they will give up the point. Percentage ticking up now. Pressed so low on the Mercy and will get taken down. That is not the fight that's not the start to the fight that you want if you are 12 Knights.
And Erican already finding 2 in this fight. He's been such a factor for them. Finds a Hanzo as well. Literally on his own, finds 3 kills here. If Voltage doesn't take this back, I know he's going to be steaming. Gladi looking for him on the Lucio. He gets taken out by Predator at the end. And Erican pretty much solos this team fight. Kills 4 in the end, and they get the point back. Voltage, 12 Knights only has 30% on this, so Voltage has a lot of time to work with.
and
No one
it's
can
not
hide
really
from my
ideal that you
sight.
only get 30% on your first fight. Actually, it'll be
No, definitely not.
picking up the point. And 12 Knights needs to get control back of the point in order to keep that percentage ticking up. Inversight, though, will tell them exactly where they're going.
Oh, I reckon looking for a big barrage here. He's going behind. He wants that Widowmaker, and she's dead. He wants more, though. He's looking for Pharah. He's trying to block the rest, though. And there you go. He's going to find two as well with the pocket from the Mercy. Ziglavis falls. He's going to look for the barrage on point, and he finds Citadel. Finds Gladi as well, and Atlas all dead on the side of 12 Knights. Arakin proving to us that he is a strong Pharah today.
All right, and we do have the Graviton here from Voltage to try and hold the point. They have handily surpassed what 12 Knights have put up at the beginning, but 12 Knights, it's not over for them yet. They're coming up on their own Graviton. They have a sound barrier to engage with. They have their own barrage, and the Earth Shatter combo that was used on them earlier. And,
Right away, though.
getting right in there. Sound barrier employed as well.
Gravitron comes in from Infamous, though, finds them all. Doesn't have any follow-up, though. Atlas hits a fat shatter. They find the Mercy and the Zarya, and they're all here now, and 4 of the members of Voltage are down, and 12 Knights just going to easily retake this point.
But that's a lot of percentage there from Voltage. 77%. That's about 1 or 2 team fights away from taking the point and securing this map. Predator now over to the Hanzo. Valkyrie almost up for Voltage. Meanwhile, on the other side, you still have that Graviton, you still have that Valkyrie, and you still have that Barrage with Inversight not far away right now. And we have Voltage pushing towards the point. We'll have to see what they can do.
Toxic falls Arakin right off the bat. And we see that. The Gravitron, though, does come in from Citadel. Finds a lot of them. The follow-up is there from Aquamarine. Finds 3 for the 12 Knights. That's going to be it. They don't need much more than that. They're going to have to pull off a miracle if they want to take this back, Voltage. And there you go. Killua will maybe end up falling. No, gets away with his life. And they're going to hold.
That fight could not have gone better for 12 Knights. That's precise. That's about as clean of a team fight as you can take. And the ultimate's coming in through Voltage now. Preston with that Valkyrie. Both portals open.
They're gonna have to pop these ults here if they want to make something happen here. Voltage, it is their last fight for the point here. A big shatter comes in from Lord Sticky. He knocks down 3. They're gonna try to find the Lucio. Glad he gets away with his life though. Nobody falling in the end, but Killua and Arakin die. That Mercy is dead though. They have nothing to do here. It looks like 12 Knights are gonna stabilize and get the team kill. Why not? The Horn at the end. It is 1-1. We are going to a third map.
Well done from 12 Knights to earn back that map and keep themselves in this map. Well, 1-1. We're going to Shrine now.
Yeah, Shrine. Very cool map. This is personally probably my favorite. You can see such weird compositions on here. It's not a Widowmaker dominant map as well. Widowmaker sort of quiet here on Shrine, although we might see it anyways. I mean, you never know. Such a powerful hero. Could be placed anywhere.
I'll be busy soon.
This map, however, is very dominant for Pharah, given the fact that Widowmaker doesn't have that great sightlines and the skybox very high up. Arakin could possibly put in work here and clutch this map out for Voltage.
Toxic on the Soldier 76. That's what I like to see. We're going to see that one a lot. It's going to be his job to take out Arakin.
Alright, and 12 Knights gonna get to the point first with help of that Lucio, but it's gonna be Predator with the first kill. Fight now breaking out on the point.
That's a mean headshot onto Aquamarine right there. That Hanzo is gonna love that one. He's gonna watch that one over and over again, and because of that, the DPS is not there, causing Toxic, Gladi, and Atlas to fall right away into fight. They're gonna take out Citadel as well. Why not? Don't leave them stranded. And there you go. Voltage easily taking the first points. And that's great. That's thanks to Predator's headshot there on Aquamarine, really opening things up at the beginning.
Yeah, and he's already 72% to that Dragon after the first fight, but even more impressively, Lord Sticky with 85% to his Shatter. That's insane. He's almost got it, in fact. And that's compared to 12 Knights not getting very close to any ults at all. They're going top right. Atlas falls down. He's a little separated, but he looks like he'll be pocketed through it by the Mercy up top.
Atlas gets
now.
Lord Sticky, like you were saying, on that 85% already has a Shatter, takes down the majority of the 12 Knights with that Earth Stun, and there you go. Zyglavis falls as well. Nothing they can do. There's the horn again. Voltage gonna hold this point right now, 40% and counting.
And the ultimate economy not looking good for 12 Knights either. You're facing a Valkyrie coming up very quickly, the Barrage coming up, as well as the Dragon and Coalescence. Meanwhile, on your side, kind of close to your own Valkyrie, kind of close to your own Barrage, but that's going to be a crucial pick if they want to take this fight.
See, no, because the Dragon, though, comes out from Predator, will find Gladi and Atlas. That's huge. That is what they need if they want a chance, though. Coalescence does come in from Killua, tries to keep the team alive. Aquamarine, meanwhile, finds Erican, and Zyglavis falls as well. It's very hectic right now, but Voltage, they get of that fight, even though their Mercy falls first. That was a huge Dragon Strike from Predator to take out 2 of the enemy team to give them that edge in that fight.
All right, last team fight coming up, and because President died early and didn't have the chance to build the Valkyrie for that fight, you will have it now. They need to move in and take the point. Looks like that is what they will do. Shatter now from Lord.
He finds good with that. That's going to take down Gladi and Atlas as well, though Preston does fall into the hands of Toxis. That's no res. Preston, Toxis fight Erican as well. He's going to find a lot, and Aquamarine also helps him out there, gets a few picks. Infamous kills him at the end, but it's going to be enough. It's not going to matter. Voltage, they're getting wiped out. Here we go. Nothing they can do. Only that Reinhardt left, although he is trying to make good work of it. Citadel will kill in the end, though. And there you go. 12 Knights. They're going to flip that point, but they do have a few picks, so if they can regroup fast here, they might not need it. Oh.
Predator, though, often barely gets back on. Is he going to live, though? No, he won't. That's a very big stagger, actually.
That was cool, though. That was cool. It was a good Hanzo tech.
And now Voltage will have to wait for him. And this is very ult-laden fight. You have that Dragon coming back up yet again. Predator putting in the damage as Hanzo. Meanwhile, on the side of 12 Knights to try and hold the point, you have that Sound Barrier, which can be a very good defensive ult. But Voltage, not going to wait for them to initiate. They're going to initiate.
More sticky right away, just charge again. They're going to initiate throw out that, like you said, throw out that grab. But the Dragon comes out, not exactly sure where that was, and Erican gets the better of the rest of the team. He takes down 3. I don't even know what happened there. That was just a chaotic fight if I've ever seen one. Mercy Zyglavis is going to be the last one to fall. Overtime with burns down with a swift last fight. Voltage is going to take our first map and go up 1-0 in this set.
And that was a very chaotic last fight. Both grabs used the Dragon, not really finding anything. The Barrage, though, does make the difference eventually. Lord sticking with the play of the game. We'll have to see which one of his plays this was. Big Shatter coming out, and he does continue to hold the point in the map we just watched. Very well done. Lord Sticky building that ult very quickly while still maintaining that frontline presence. Very good. Helping his team out to secure that victory. That's a lot of damage blocked too. 23,000 damage. That's an incredible amount of damage to block with one shield.
Yeah, really. It's very impressive display from both teams, actually. It was a strikingly close match. If you look at them firsthand, you notice the difference in SR, but right there, we saw that 12 Knights can compete with Voltage, regardless of what the ELO Hell ladder says.
And even though that last map was a little one-sided, the previous 2 showed us that these teams, as you said, very close in skill comparatively. I think 12 Knights in that last map just got a little bit outclassed by Rakan on that Pharah. It was a little one-sided due to that factor, but otherwise, teams very close in skill. All right, what is our next map? Question of the day.
It seems to be Rialto or Gibraltar here. Oh, they're gonna give Rialto.
Rialto, very relatively new map. Excuse me. Seems to be a little far based. But you do have the boats that you can ride on in your spare time. Of course, not too much spare time.
No, not at all.
Here. But if you do happen to get knocked into the river, if you get very lucky, might land on a boat.
Yeah, see, that the thing is, they can get stuck on that, and that leads to some pretty funny moments.
All right, we'll have to see Aquamarine being subbed out for Falling Stars here for 12 Knights. We'll have to see what they can do with that. Aquamarine just gonna sit on the bench and watch his team and cheer them on.
It looks like Aquamarine is the Widowmaker specialist. Not Widowmaker, sorry, the Pharah specialist for this team. And Falling Stars might be coming in to provide that so ever useful Tracer, as well as that Widowmaker, that Genji.
All right, and we'll be getting right into it. Rialto,
Welcome to Rialto.
usually called not very tank-friendly map. You really need your DPS in place to use those sightlines and try to get the pick potential as your tanks square up on the cart. Atlas locking in the Torb. That'll be the day when we see him stick with that.
That's the best pick ever. Oh, we're in like skirmish right now. Okay, yo.
All right, there we go.
And April.
DKB gonna be locking in the Hammond. We'll hopefully see him stick with that. No, he won't.
I would love to see Hammond on this map. The thing is, these teams have definitely not had really the time. Well, they have, but they really haven't tried to use Hammond at all. Okay, some Torb would be great. I would love to see that.
All right, 10 seconds for Voltage to get their defense comp together, and then we'll see how they decide to set up. Looks like right now they're going to be opting for the Ana Moira combination. Not really what won them the last map, but new map, new comp. We'll have to see how it works out. Looks like they will stick with it. Arakan on the Junkrat could be useful if the other side decides to run a Brigitte, the meta-defining hero, according to Jeff.
Oh, they might have a Hammond here though.
We'll have to see how Junkrat does against Hammond. On the one hand, oh, never mind, he's going to switch off, and that'll be invalid. But Glady on the Symmetra, that teleporter utility, so useful, giving you that high ground control. We'll have to see if Arakan can contest them up there. Hanzo from Falling Stars, Predator mirroring him. And Arakan going to set up a cheeky spawn trap, see if he can build some early ult charge or get a pick.
Yeah, that's the oldest trick in the book. They're gonna have to watch out for that one. I mean, you can. If they fall for that, you know, this isn't plat. They won't. I highly doubt it.
5.
They can hear the trap too getting set up if their ears are open.
Here we go. Let's see if they walk in it, and that's gonna be. They're just gonna walk actually. The Reinhardt.
Atlas walks into it.
He saw it though. That's fair. All right, here we go. Both Reinhardt Zarya compositions coming out. No Roadhog or Orisa is going for the cheese, and right away Atlas getting super aggressive, giving a lot of charge to his Zarya DKB. They're trying to find the Junkrat, and they do. Eric will fall as well as Lord Sticking getting a little too aggressive now, and the rest of the team, they're going to push up. Only squishies, no shield tanks. That lady tosses with an open sightline. I'm sorry, his name is hard to say. Forgive me.
Toxis? Who knows? All right.
Toxis. I don't like saying that. I'm going to say toxic.
All right, we'll just call him Toxic.
Toxic. He's very toxic.
He's now got a very pristine sightline over to the spawn, and they're gonna have trouble regrouping to contest the cart. The cart's almost there already. Blazingly fast attack so far. The double sniper working out for them. Lord Sticky charges on the cart to contest.
There you go.
And taken for a ride. Atlas knocks off Preston.
Arakan does also fall, so that's a lot of DPS gone right away from that. Junkrat Killua finds one with the Coalescence, however, as well as Glady is found by Lord Sticky, and that is going to be Voltage holding. So, yep, that's going to be Voltage holding 100%. Sorry, I was going to say something about back cap, but I thought there was somebody. That there wasn't.
There was not indeed, and now you look at the ultimates, despite using, or excuse me, Voltage using a launch to stop the cart, but still coming up on that dragon. Ooh, Shatter, they're not done yet.
We don't have a pause for too long as Atlas throws out an Earth Shatter, finds Predator with that, does get trapped by the Junkrat. Killua will kill him in return, but he gets raised up by Zygovis, and they're gonna throw out the Graph as well. They're gonna throw out the Dragon. Also, like that's a lot of ultimates used on the side of 12 Knights. I don't know if it was that necessary to take that point, but they will get it done, ultimates or not.
And that's 3 ultimates there. You have the Infrasight going right now. You have the grab being built back up. Zig used that used the Valkyrie, excuse me, rather early into the fight. So all you have is the Transcendence if you are 12 Knights. Meanwhile, you have a lot of ultimates, 5 ultimates almost coming up for Voltage to try and stop the cart here. It continues to roll Predator. That's going to be a nice opening to try and get this fight started.
They're going to look for another pick off of that one. They're going to throw out the grab as well as the Shatter. Gets 100% countered by Gladys with a mega Transcendence to save his team. Zyglivus does fall in the end though, but 12 Knights might get the better of this. No, they're all low. The Junkrat spam just too much, and all the ultimates came out here from Voltage to kill the majority of them. And that's the thing is, 12 Knights, they still don't have ultimates.
I do agree that's not how you really want to take the first point, especially when you've already won the fight. Putting 3 more ultimates into the economy, or rather out of the economy, to just take the point. Arguably not needed. Predator again opening up with the pick. Vladdy, he's not going to be happy about that one. Shatter.
Massive Shatter there. Finds a lot down. They're going to commit the Dragon to it anyways, and it does find 2. That's what they were looking for. Toxic will find Predator in the meanwhile. Irakin gets rezzed up, so that's the Junkrat back for Voltage. They're going to have a lot more damage. Lord Sticky in the backlines on the flank finds their mercy. He is going to pay for it, though, with his life. And it's not going to be long before the rest of Voltage will fall to this high charge Zarya.
They are trapped on the stairway, but they get rescued by Infamous, who's coming back from spawn. And we'll have to see if Preston can get out along with Kraken. He's going to pop this Riptire. Everyone can see where he is, but they can't see where the Riptire is, crucially. He's out now.
Super low. It will take down Atlas, though, even though it had almost no health. And there you go. That high charge Zarya from DKB is going to need to come in handy here. They do find Zyglivus on the side of Voltage, and that's probably going to be enough. That Mercy down. You don't want to continue fighting with that. Falling Stars falls as well. DKB down. Only a few left for the slaughter of Lord Sticky. And that's it. Regroup time for 12 Knights.
Lord Sticky has been so aggressive on this Reinhardt. Sometimes it's worked out, but other times it's put this team at a rather big disadvantage. Voltage, however, seems to be comfortable working around it. Maybe not going to be able to work around that pick, though, and the amount of ults coming in. The res doesn't come through, but Voltage, 4 ultimates, and that
grab is thrown out. That's going to kill the Junkrat and Zarya, as well as the Ryan separated from his team. And that's just that is going to be enough to take down the rest of Voltage. So you don't need much in this game. You know, Overwatch is a simple game. You press Q on 2 heroes, you kill the entire team. That is how it works. At the end of the day, you can be in Bronze, you can be in Grandmaster. It doesn't take a high to understand that.
That's quite the scream coming out from DKB, but they're not going to be in time to contest the cart. C9 low in the chat, please.
Plenty of ultimates just thrown out there on the side of Voltage, even though they are not in time to payload. That is not the situation they wanted to be in, although they did make Atlas use his Earth Shatter. A very questionable decision there on the side of 12 Knights.
And despite 12 Knights getting a very fast count time on the first point, they really only have 2 minutes and 20 seconds to work with to capture this final point. And it can be very difficult, especially considering the spawn advantage that defenders get the closer and closer you get towards the end.
Zyglivus is going to pop the Valkyrie, try to keep his team alive in this team fight, sorry. And Lord Sticky falls. He's getting a little too aggressive here. We were talking about that earlier. Irakin does find the DPS Falling Stars at the same time. So that's going to be huge for them. He gets rezzed up, though, so it is now a 6v4. Irakin wants more, though. He finds Toxic as well. This Junkrat is just absolutely crazy. He gets that Zenyatta as well. He will get taken out by the team, although Atlas and Falling Stars fall. That Zenyatta, Killua is actually crazy. He is, like, he just killed 3 in that last fight. I'll be honest.
And Predator with the pick onto Zig right at the end. That's not really what you want. You want to be able to regroup and attack again as quickly as possible. You have about 3 team fights left, 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock to try and push this cart through. And the longer you take the team fight, the less team fights you have. 1 minute 15 seconds, and Atlas pushes up and says it's time to go.
There you go. And Killua again just pumping out damage, putting out the discords. That Zenyatta is your third DPS, whether you like it or not. It's such a powerful hero. They threw out the dragon, but he kind of missed. The dragon won't really matter, though. Atlas falls to it anyways. Zygoth is also down to a Predator headshot, and that Hanzo is not going to be long for this world.
We'll have to see if Toxic can get out. He's hanging on by a sliver and gets healed just in time. Insight up now, and as well as the Dragon Ball combo, as well as Atlas's Earth Shatter, to try and get this cart rolling, which has previously been stuck here for a while. Insight now, and it looks like they'll try and engage.
And DKB is gonna have to throw out this dragon combo. They do have a Transcendence, though. The charge tries to get the Zenyatta out of the way. Doesn't matter. Will take out Infamous, Lord Sticky, and Erican. The DPS does get rezzed up, though. It is not going to be enough. He's gonna fall. And that's going to be it. Now,
and that's
go.
They don't have far to go indeed, and if you're Voltage, you're kind of worried. You used both support ults in that fight, only to kind of lose that fight. But overtime now, any picks will take 10 seconds to pick, or excuse me, I believe it's 16? I don't know.
Here they go. The Riptire is going to be used to engage here, and a massive shatter. Lord Sticky finds a bunch, but with that charge, he actually moves them out of the way for the Riptire. Will not matter, though. The Zenyatta and the Reinhardt fall. Zarya, Mercy, you're the only one on point. You can't do much. That pistol doesn't do enough damage. And there you go. That is going to be a 3rd-point hold from Voltage. They're going to keep Infamous. They're going to keep, 12 Knights at bay. And we're going to see what they do on the defense here.
That was well done by Voltage to stabilize their almost held Streets phase for a little while longer. And you get that nice hold right before the end. About 10 meters away, but if you're 12 Knights, you're not too sad about that push. You did get very close to the end, and you did set a rather high bar for Voltage to match here, and it's better than getting stalled out on Streets phase.
No, for sure. And that payload, you know, even though it didn't quite to the end, it's almost there. They don't have to do much here. 12 Knights, definitely a doable hold for them. I'm surprised we haven't seen any teams pull out the Orisa Roadhog combination on the first point. It seems to be very popular in Plat anyways. You can hook people off of the edge.
But good shield placement, especially by Ryan, can totally negate that. You can block the pull, you can block the hook. So maybe not worth it for that potential, but you do have that shield shred that comes with Orisa and Hog. However, you are kind of vulnerable to the Pharah that can be negated with some DPS work, but it is worth keeping in mind. Alright, we'll have to see. Or excuse me, 12 Knights already coming out with their defensive comp.
Yep.
Glady and Zig on the Ana and Mercy, respectively. Quite a lot of healing throughput there. Meanwhile, you do have Killua and Preston on the Moira and Mercy, respectively. Equal, or slightly less, but almost equal amount of healing throughput there. Lord Sticky on the Winston.
Wait, they might go dive here. That'd be very interesting to see. Dive comp on Rialto. I've never seen it. Or maybe, wait, okay, what? Yeah, they just wanted to mess with us. They're gonna go this standard composition, and the Pharah actually from 12 Knights, that's gonna do a lot of damage, especially considering Voltage don't really have much DPS. Not much hits can't suck.
Toxis actually pushes Infamous off the edge, but considering it's so close to their spawn, they'll just come back a little bit worse for wear.
It doesn't really matter. Glady, though, will have a while to come back. There you go. Predator falls as well. Erican is down. That looks like it is going to be the hold.
Falling Star is doing well to counter Arakan and make sure he can't carry this fight like he did on Nepal. No swaps coming out from Voltage just yet. You actually don't have a Widow or anybody to really deal reliable damage, though one could argue Predator is the one you want for that.
Lord Sticky now getting super aggressive. He's going to force the Shatter out of Atlas. He's going to try to do a lot. He gets taken down by that Reinhardt. That Reinhardt on the side of Voltage is really proving to be effective. He even gets a double charge as I'm talking about him. Big play coming in from the Reinhardt players. All that's left is the Pharah. Why do you don't need a hit scan when you can just ignore the Pharah and get right past her? Super easy. How to play Overwatch 101.
Indeed, and now you see the Valkyrie coming out from 12 Knights. Killua matching that with the Coalescence, possibly. Atlas almost knocked off right there, but they're getting very close, but 12 Knights gonna get one more contest here before they give up.
Or Sticky has that Shatter up, he might need to use it here, although the Dragon comes in from Predator, all trying to zone them out. The Shatter does land with 2. Not gonna matter though, Nano Boost just enough for him to survive. Toxis is gonna throw out. This is the Barrage. It's a very hectic fight right now going on point. Falling Stars falls on the side of 12 Knights, but it might not be enough here as well. Toxic also dies, and Erican gets slept though. He might get killed. No, all the kills coming through for the side of Voltage, and they're gonna take point A pretty easily. Sorry, point A, first point, pretty easily.
And 12 Knights actually initially looked to have the advantage coming in there, but Toxic doesn't find anybody with the Barrage, and you just don't have, the damage did not come through for them, and they just gave up the point as a result. And now we'll have to see if Arakan can continue to keep Toxic at bay. We'll have to see if Voltage want to use this Graviton in this upcoming fight. DKB with Graviton to match Arakan. Despite the pressure from Zig, gonna take out his counterpart. Gonna get taken out by Falling Stars himself.
It's gonna be awfully hard to do as much work as Erican has been doing with that McCree, keeping these guys clear. As we were talking about the hit can buffs here. And this fight is going on, even though 12 Knights have lost a lot of members. It's not a good fight for them. Zyclovis, the Mercy dead. Atlas dead. Falling Stars dead. So is DKB. And Voltage are just gonna roll this one through 2 points.
And that's not really the kind of fight you want to take for your 12 Knights. You want crisp, clean defense.
Hello there.
Especially since if you lose a fight and you continue to protract it out and you're not fighting on the cart, testing and stopping his motion.
So they're spawn capping them pretty much. Predator finds 3. They're gonna use the Grab Dragon combo right away. You can see though that 12 Knights, they are banking ultimates here. They're gonna have 4 for this next fight. Whilst
the Bastion coming out from Falling Stars.
Wait, hold up. Hold up. Bastion.
He's actually coming out with it.
They're not revealing it yet. They don't see anything, and here we go. The turret man. He's coming out. Falling Stars on this Bastion. Gonna have to do some work here. He's gonna have to shred that shield. And there you go. Grab Bastion. Is this the meta? No, gets taken out by Predator right away. So much damage from that machine gun on the Hanzo. Erican gets 2 double barrage in the back. Gets slept by Gladi. Will not matter. Nano boosted Zarya. Not important in this fight at all. 2 ultimates out from the side of 12 Knights. They would have loved to win that fight. Unfortunately, the Bastion, maybe not the best call for them. He has to come out anyways, though. No time to switch. Will get shredded by Erican. And Voltage will quietly push the payload into a map 2 victory. Right now, 2-0 for Voltage.
And that was impressive by Voltage to keep the pressure up throughout Streets phase, throughout the final phase, and Falling Stars at the end getting trapped in the Grav takes out the Bastion anyway. That's not going to be the play of the game. It's going to be a classic Grav Dragon combo. No Transcendence.
I sleep. I sleep. Grav Dragon combo, come on. Could do better than that, guys? Could ya?
Well, it doesn't look like 12 Knights are going to be able to do better than that, as they will go down in the series 2-0. We'll have to see if they can pull it back.
Oh, and they're going to have to here. 12 Knights, they're going to come up with some sort of solution for Erican. And we've seen, you know, I saw it earlier. I looked at the SRs, right? And SR doesn't mean everything. But Erican, he's a GM player. Like, this DPS is probably one of the all-stars of Voltage. Very, very good so far. Very impressive performance. See if he can keep it up. 12 Knights, they need to find an answer for him.
2CP is our next mode, and the player's expressing some, shall we say, some discomfort with the mode. But the map will either be Horizon or Temple of Anubis. Matza actually wondering if he can just go and play Fortnite instead.
Yeah, really. Fortnite would be better than Anubis, I'll be honest.
Anything's better than 2CP, especially Temple of D rank, as it's come to be known, or by many of its other colorful names. Minecraft also on the table. Would be down for that. Gotta punch some trees. All right, map still not selected as we are throwing around.
They did say Horizon. They said Horizon.
Oh, they did say Horizon? All right. We are going to get into it momentarily then. Or maybe not.
No, it looks like we're going to be doing other things instead. People are just a little bit crazy here. We're supposed to take our job seriously, but I guess that's not happening today. Here we go. Horizon Lunar Colony. Voltage versus 12 Knights. Map 3.
Traveling to Horizon Lunar.
All right. Not enough players, supposedly. Maybe just people loading in. Might have to start the match manually. We'll have to
Hammond,
see.
please. Please, Hammond. I really want to see Hammond here. I don't know if Horizon is a good Hammond map. I don't know what is a good Hammond map, but whatever a good Hammond map might be, I don't care. You're playing Hammond. Please.
All right, Voltage on the defense now. Looks like they're toying around with the Reaper idea. Meanwhile, 12 Knights going to have a little more time to mess around with their hero picks. Infamous with a Torb. Actually not a bad pick on the first point of Horizon. Not going to stick with it, though. As the saying goes, play Torb, you cowards. Lord Sticky toying with the Symmetra.
They should play Torb.
Torb actually not a bad idea. They have 2 seconds now to come up with the comp. Maybe they're going to stick with the Symmetra. The Torb defense? Is this my ranked games? We'll have to see. It looks like they will stick with it, surprisingly.
No, they're not. Come on, bro.
They have no tanks.
I really don't think this is fair. Voltage, they're just going out with the composition that really defines the meta right now. It's just crazy.
Lord Sticky not going to stick with the Sim. Infamous not going to stick with the Torb. They're just going to come out with mostly what they've been running before, except for Arakan is not on the Pharah, the trademark Pharah, instead on the Reaper.
Very cool to see Reaper here. It's going to be doing a lot of damage. I think that what they're doing is they know the enemy team and they know Atlas is going to be on that Winston. They're going to be trying to dive. Reaper is a very easy counter to Winston. If played correctly, Winston can outsmart him. But the Hanzo and the Reaper damage is going to be a lot for the dive tanks to sustain. And I think we're going to have our eyes on Eric in here.
And dive it will be. Atlas and Citadel rolling out with that Winston and Diva. All right.
There you go. They're going to go with classic dive here on Horizon Lunar Colony. Genji Tracer. Let's see what they can do.
Zen Mercy is a very viable support combo, especially with that Discord and that Res. Lots of utility to work with. Lord Sticky is going to posture up.
Hold on.
Oh, Arakan spots out Aquamarine.
Yeah, he was trying to flank in space there, Neil Armstrong style.
Crucially, 12 Knights not using any of their mobility. They will now burst down Arakan, but Zig pays for it.
Yeah, Zig falls right away. That's going to look like it's going to be both supports down on the side of 12 Knights. That's not going to be enough for them. Voltage, they're just going to keep killing them right away, and their ult economy right off the bat is looking a lot stronger.
Indeed. Lord Sticky, 91%. How does he do it? He already has it for this next fight. That's absolutely insane.
Let's not talk about Predator.
Predator indeed has 87% to that crucial dragon. Time and time again has won them many team fights. No switches from 12 Knights. I really would have liked to see them switch, as they're not really going to be able to do much against this Reaper enforcing the backline, and Killua just being able to sustain whoever they dive.
You're going to try it though, so Atlas is going to come in with a dive here. Use that leap on Winston. Try to get some space, maybe control the high ground a little bit. That's going to force the Voltage onto the point. That's not where they would want to fight though. Atlas comes in from the side on that Winston. Gets some poke damage in. He's getting very low though. The Shatter will take him out. They find Citadel as well. D-Mech on that Diva. The Dragon from Predator will zone the tanks from the rest of the team, and that's going to be just a bunch of squishy DPS. Looking to get killed now. And Voltage, they held this point.
Indeed. But you do have a lot of ultimates here to work with. If you're 12 Knights to try and take the point, you have the Primal Rage coming up. So with the Reaper, who knows how long you're going to stay alive. You have the Transcendence, you have the Valkyrie, and you have both DPS ults, the Pulse Bomb, and Falling Star's Blade, which is going to inhibit now.
Falling Stars on the Blade.
He deleted the ground.
Oh, that's crazy. That is brutal. Voltage just not giving them anything. This is where we really need to see something different from the side of 12 Knights.
And it's often talked about the 2-minute mark is usually when you want to switch comps if you want to try or if you want to switch comps, that is, as that'll give you enough time to really reset and build up a set of ults for your heroes. But now you only have a minute and no switches coming out, despite the fact that you burned 3 ultimates in that fight if you're 12 minutes. Meanwhile, you're coming up on 4 ultimates on the side of Voltage.
Yeah, the ult economy has been looking a lot better than from the attackers here. They've just managed to grind out fights with so little value that their ultimates are now banked up for this last fight. They need a miracle here if they want to do anything. They're going to pull out Transcendence right away, but Predator headshots Aquamarine with a Dragon. What? That's insane. I don't even know how he did that. Falling Charge falls as well. Lord Sticky finds both of them. Self-destruct in desperation from Citadel won't get much. Glady falls as well. They have 30 seconds. There's really nothing they can do here. Voltage with an amazing hold on Horizon Lunar Colony.
That's all the ultimates coming out from Voltage, though still quite doable for 12 Knights, as neither side have the ultimates, but if Arakan has anything to say about it, they will have the full 10 seconds. They need to get a point. Rakan has the luxury to sort of sit back, pick his target. Falling Star is unaware, but does manage to deflect that in time. 1 second, they need to touch the point.
That Reaper does have the Death Blossom available, and he's going to pop it right away, finding the Mercy, finds a lot more, gets a lot of damage done, takes out Falling Stars, and in the end, that is going to be a first point hold for Voltage.
The full hold indeed, and that's not really what you need if you're 12 Knights. But they can still draw this map. We'll have to see what they can do to try and accomplish that. And if you're 12 Knights, the Anti-Nade actually was possibly your biggest enemy in addition to Arakan on the Reaper. The Anti-Nade, time and time again, as they tried to dive the On in the back, really their only viable target to try and dive, she just threw down an Anti-Nade, and the Mercy and Zen, despite their ability to heal, that ability was negated, and they really couldn't find meaningful damage through the Moira, just kind of spraying everyone down, keeping them healthy. We'll have to see.
Impressive.
Have to see what 12 Knights can do to try and hold this point. Looks like Orisa Hog, the dish of the day, if you will, or the shield of the day, will be Orisa's shield, and you might have that Halt Hook combo as a nice side.
It's a very interesting composition, because you see the Roadhog and the Orisa often on Horizon Lunar Colony on first point. They they go on the high ground, like on the top left side, and they just try to keep getting picks. And then the more picks, if you can get picks for 4 minutes straight, then they're never really going to be able to engage here. So that's going to be pretty interesting.
We'll have to see if that works out for them, as they're going to try and get set up now. Meanwhile, all night tonight, they've been teasing the Hammond, and nobody's run it. I can't say they blame them, or I can't say I blame them, rather, as Hammond, relatively new, not... we haven't had time to really work out where he sits in the meta, but if you're Voltage, you have some space to work with. I'd like to see you experiment with the Hammond, see what comes of it, and maybe it might be the answer to this bunker they're setting up on the top left for the defenders. Aquamarine on the Widow is going to try and see if he can get the picks that...
Oh my god, Predator and Hammond, here we go! He does get trapped though, so that's unfortunate. That Hammond take a lot of damage. Might be the counter to the Orisa Roadhog we're looking for, and right away they're gonna try to engage. Citadel is throwing out hooks like there's no tomorrow. Predator trying to put pressure on this Hammond. Not gonna work though. They are going to be flanking around space. Arakan on that Reaper again, such a crucial pick. He needs to make work here. Arakan and President are just hanging out in space right now.
We'll have to see how this fight pans out from their Predator.
Oh my god, Lord Sticky gets a massive charge onto Citadel. Atlas falls to Arakan. Meanwhile, the Hammond, he is just killing everybody. He's insane. Aquamarine trying to save the point, but a very fast first point take from Voltage. We'll see on Horizon Lunar Colony 3-0. GG, everybody.
And that was a lot of damage that came in from Arakan's flank, plus the Hammond from Predator just swinging in. We'll have to see who earned themselves the play of the game. It's going to be Arakan with the Death Blossom, maybe? I don't know. I'll have to see. Not the Death Blossom, actually. Gonna be the flank I was talking about earlier. And he just runs in with the shotguns.
Oh, there he goes. Yep, he's crazy.
Kraken, very well done. Lots of DPS coming out from him. Arguably helped his team secure those kills. In fact, not arguably. I think most people would say that he really was the factor that really helped Voltage win this scrim.
Very impressive from American. Again, we see these DPS players sometimes such hard carries, but we forget to mention the works of the tanks. I think people sleep on the tanks too much, honestly. You see, they
Yep.
make so much space. Lord Sticky being so aggressive, giving Erican all the space he wants to work with in the world. He couldn't ask for better. What a play. What a team, actually. These guys, I really hope they're going to do good.
Indeed, we're still don't go anywhere though. We still have one more map to play between these two teams, and if history serves us well, it's gonna be good. Two more maps.
Oh, okay.
More
Sure, why-
Overwatch. Stick around.
5 maps.
Five
Sick.
maps. Let's get it. All right, we have some subs, or a lot of subs coming in for 12 Knights. Citadel going to be subbed out for DKB. Falling Stars going to be, excuse me, subbed out for Toxic.
Wow, it looks like
just-
Toxic had a bit of a technical issue with his mouse.
That's
That is-
unfortunate.
Maybe why he was subbed out. See, you know what's funny is you guys don't see it, but in the general chat, Atlas, who seems to be the captain of 12 Knights, can't even spell I'm not gonna say it. Can't even spell the name right. It's Toxic, Toxisk, and then Toxic, Toxic. And you know, maybe he should just change his name to Toxic. I'll be 100% honest here.
Or maybe autocorrect, despite the fact that it doesn't exist on. We'll just say it's autocorrect. I can vault the map of choice for the upcoming map.
Ooh, this is interesting. This is actually one of my favorite maps in the game. Well, to be honest, every capture payload map is just so great, so much fun to watch. I was really hoping we would get King's Row.
And neither of the previous spellings was correct. It's actually Toxisk. Toxisk?
Toxisk. It's Swedish. Oh, geez. Oh, you know what? We're not going to get into that. We're going to talk about the game a little bit. Eichenwald. No, not another one. Eichenwald? Yes.
Eichenwald?
Eichenwald.
That's how most people have said it. I've been told that's not the correct way to say it, but close enough, I'd say.
Eichenwald or something, you know, whatever. You know what? Just, it's Swedish. Okay. We're
All right.
good. Map 4.
And
Traveling
Eichenwald,
to
as you
Eichenwald.
mentioned, a very fun map. The skybox is not that high, but Forest still is quite viable. The skybox isn't so high, however, that your ground-based hit scans can't deal with the Pharah. Match not quite started yet. There we go. People jumping off the edge in the meantime. I'll have to see what Voltage do on the defense. Voltage on the defense, as per usual. And this is a very interesting map in that there is a place where Doomfist can, or on the defense, where Doomfist can sort of set himself up to kind of assassinate the backline and kind of win a team fight for your team on the defense. And every team fight counts because the attack only need one attack to claim the point for their own. So every team fight you can win is more time off the clock and potentially a win for you. All right, we'll have to see what they're rolling out with. Predator, as I mentioned, will be on the Doomfist. Oh, he jumps off.
Come on, bro. He had the Nemos with that. I really wanted to see Doomfist. You know, I was looking forward to it. Looks like we're going to see Hanzo instead, right? That's what I'm predicting. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Hanzo.
Typical. I'm angry. If you could know.
All right, but Predator has been very effective on the Hanzo, getting those picks alongside Arakan. The DPS duo for this team, very strong. Meanwhile, to counter them on the other side, Toxic on the Reaper.
Sorry?
Toxic on the Reaper, I
Oh,
believe.
okay. Yeah, Toxic. No, I'm just making sure.
and I'll just say Toxic. It'll be easier.
Yeah, you know, Toxic.
And Aquamarine on the Pharah to try and challenge Arakan for control of the skies.
There you go.
How it
Map
goes.
started. They're going to be rolling out with that Ryan Zarya. Here they come. That Moore is going to provide a lot of healing for them, though. The burst damage from the Pharah, will it be enough? Erican already 27% of his barrage because, oh my god, he just finds 2 shots on Aquamarine, like you said there. Amazing Pharah play coming out from Erican. This star DPS of this team. He's going to end up helping Lord Sticky take out DKB as well. Lord Sticky on this Reinhardt, he's like, he just went in there. What is this? That's crazy.
He was not afraid at all. Arakan just finding the better.
Stop. He's nuts.
It's dirty.
Don't do it to us.
Oh, but meanwhile, Toxic on the flank has not been spotted quite yet. Not quite sure what he's going to do there, as the team has not overextended, so he can't really find an angle.
It looks like he's going to switch off this Reaper now. He might be have to kill something to pick up this Pharah. Oh my god. Reaper has to. This is the Arakan world, and we're all just living in it right now.
He dies right at the spawn zone, though. That's not going to be rescued.
Gets killed by the Toxic, who just went to switch to the Hanzo. He wasn't expecting that. Reaper shotgun can't reach him, but the bow and arrow sure will.
Alright, Arakan coming back from spawn now. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. That's 1 minute and 20 seconds burned off the clock. But that's going to be 12KNIGHTS pushing it. Now they have the Coalescence though.
Yep. They're going to engage Coalescence to the Reinhardt. They're going to find Lord Sticky with that. They're going to try to go for more, though. Preston might be trying to res this. He just walks into the team, gets taken out by DKB. Erican, however, is in the lines right now on this Pharah. Ends up taking out Aquamarine and tries to get the Mercy, too. Oh, he won't get it. Won't be enough. Toxic will end up taking him out. So close to killing Ziglavis. But no cigar, and there's Shatter from Lord Sticky trying to save the point. Will get Toxic and Gladdy with that. He needs more, though. He needs more, but actually, no, he doesn't. It will be enough. DKB falls. So does Atlas and Ziglavis, and that is going to be the reset, even after what seemed to be a convincing push.
Not even a tick. And because you take the fight so close to the spawn doors, as they try and push up without the Lucio, without any sort of mobility, the Voltage team is able to come back, the reinforcements come back, and the huge Shatter just allows you to walk back onto the point and secure it. Alright, now, you do have that Graviton, and you're coming up on the Grab Dragon combo.
There we go, they're going to throw it out. KB, he puts the Graviton in. Aquamarine gets a little bit fold damage with that rocket, but it's not going to be enough. Erican with the damage boost kills Atlas so fast. He just shreds that Reinhardt, and there it is, Gravitron. Rocket combo, Erican takes down 3 in that last fight, and that's going to be it. But again, people just sleep on Lord Sticky. Lord Sticky right now is providing so much space for Erican to do whatever he possibly wants.
And that was unfortunate from 12KNIGHTS. I think you might have been waiting on Toxic to build up that Dragon to go with that grab, but the timing just a little bit off, maybe a communication error.
Oh, Atlas blocks a nice Shatter from Lord Sticky. Lord Sticky goes in anyways, he doesn't care. He's angry, he wants blood. Will not end up getting it though. However, Aquamarine falls to Predator, so that is going to be the last hope for the defense. Erican though finds the Mercy in the midst of, even when most of his team is down, he will prevail. Kills Toxics as well, and Erican, what is this guy? Who is he? He gets Moira as well. I can't even talk. You know, let him do all the talking. He's doing it with his gameplay.
Finally falls to Aquamarine, but that's not going to be enough to push off of. You have one last desperation push to try and get onto the point, and then it's a good round, and Voltage will try and only need to get a tick. Aquamarine going to be the one to touch.
Not even going to make it. Predator with a nice headshot to seal the deal.
And Voltage, despite almost losing 2 fights, I believe, just come back and cling onto the point to hold them for 0% on the point. And now it's going to be Voltage to try and just get 1 tick here.
Every single fight, they would go in, 12KNIGHTS, they would come in, they would have their teams ready, and everything would be going swiftly, and then Erican would just find 2 random picks in the back on the healers, because there was honestly nothing to take care of him. I think that a McCree and a Soldier or a Widow, like, something to directly take care of Pharah would have been good, because at some point, when the Pharah on the enemy team is carrying so hard, you need to focus her down. You can't just let her be and hope that you can ignore her.
That Erican was so good. There was nothing you could do. The entire team needed to focus Zafara, honestly. In my opinion. I might not know what I'm talking about, but
Alternatively, if I may suggest, just having a Lucio and running past them before Erican has the chance to deal tons and tons of damage to the stationary tanks who are just unable to push in thanks to the damage pressure. If you just have a Lucio, I make this sound easier than it probably is to execute on, but
oh yeah,
just have a Lucio, run to the point, and force them to kind of fight you there. They have to contest, and as long as you don't let the Pharah get a lot of damage before you get to the point, you might be able to take it.
I mean, we're not playing, right? We get to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But,
you know, we can talk the talk, but can we actually do it? Yeah, that's a different story. You won't find out today.
Probably not.
We're gonna let them do
To
the
be
strategy. Oh, press it
Right.
on board. Press it on board, please. Don't think so, unfortunately.
Doesn't look like it. Maybe the Hammond though. Alright,
No.
meanwhile, for 12 Knights defense, not 2 Knights.
Wait a minute, Hammond!
Hammond worked really well, but they're going to be able to see it coming with that Sonic. And Erican takes to the skies. Nothing really to contest besides Marine on the McCree.
There you go, that's what I was
All
talking
they need.
about. That is what they needed. They have the Diva as well. They're gonna try to contest Eric in here. That is what this comp is built around. Exactly what I was saying. And DKB is gonna go up for him right away. Does a lot of damage, although the Diva mech gets multiple body shots to the face. That doesn't really make sense. But he gets D-Mech. Predator falls to Aquamarine. Meanwhile, though, Zyclovis, Erican does take out two. Erican, stop! Give them a chance to play the game. He deletes two more Erican fights. All of them, and that's a team kill. Such a blistering fast. Oh my god, what are we gonna do?
Erican just lighting up the kill feed, and
Please.
honestly, not much more to say about that. Despite the best efforts of 12 Knights, they could not contain him, and he gets play of the game as a result and secures the win for them. That's a nice set of directs onto the Mercy here, and this is actually from when they were just taking the point.
Oh my god.
That's just dirty. That's a lot of kills, and there's not much more to say about that. He just almost single-handedly just walked in, thanks to the pressure of Atlas sort of feeling very pressured at the front, all the resources being dumped into him to try and keep him alive, and Erican, as a result, had the freedom to sort of walk behind the tank line and shoot rockets as he pleased.
See, I feel like something that we didn't mention though, right? As I was just thinking about that clip real quick. The Mercy on the time of 12 Knights was pretty out of position there actually. I'm just thinking like that was pretty weird how the Pharah was able to pick off the Mercy in such a strange position, not behind their tanks or anything. But by the way, before we say anything else, that's the end. 4 maps. It looks like people. Yeah, that's it. We're done.
All right, and thank you guys so much for watching, if you indeed are still here. And all that was a very fast set of maps, despite the first one going to 3 rounds, which is the maximum amount of time you can take on a control map. The other ones, Racken just making the difference here for Voltage, and 12 Knights, you may want to, or specifically the last map, I guess I want to talk about a little bit. When you have that kind of bunker comp, usually you want to try and just keep a toe on the point, try and stick together behind your little shield. But that didn't quite happen. Maybe Atlas felt that they didn't want to let them gain all the ground in the world, which is understandable and also possibly a very good tactic. But you know, there's always what ifs about this.
See, Cactus. That is just how the cookie crumbles. And at the end of the day, Voltage, when you have a player like Erican who won't let you play the game, it's inevitable that you will win.
Yeah.
Can't wait for these guys. Thank you guys for watching very much. Have a nice VOD. I hope you stream, and follow me on Twitter at RealMatza. Thank you. Have a nice day.
All right. I don't really have anything to plug. So
I just felt like I needed to plug it. Thank you.
All right.
Check your body. You can see my boy. Let's not sleep together. You can see my boy. Let's not sleep together. Wait.